nerds, this is a different video from usual, I'm sure. Well, I don't know why I say I'm sure, obviously it is. So let's get a bit of background. I play Dead by Daylight on basically a daily basis, I guess. Not much, like 1 or 2 matches, but it's more than that. Don't lie to people. Don't fucking lie to people. Anywho, the Q&A thing happened recently and people are pissed off because what's the first comment down here? Oh right, a half an hour of the devs saying, don't know, no plans, soon, maybe. Which is all basically no. I have some bones to pick with it myself. Anywho, let's get into it. Let's move the microphone here a bit closer because I'm not playing a game this time. There we go. Now, so I've watched it. I've seen Scott watch it, and I mirror his opinions mostly, but things I want to throw in myself that I feel aren't talked about much.
Asks, when's Switch cross progression coming?
So I think this one's definitely popping up a lot, so it's good that we can be addressing it. So we put out a statement a few months ago, but with all the technical aspects beyond our control, transferring DLC between platforms has not really been possible. So we're aiming to deliver the best, most consistent cross progression experience we can. So unfortunately, we're not able to provide a clear ETA on when we can actually expect it for the Switch. We're still trying to get things sorted out. And as soon as we have a more concrete date to share, we're certainly going to let you guys know.
Literally got the Switch version months ago because I heard that cross progression was going to be a thing between them. Yeah. And I got the Switch version because I might play it at my friend's house, and I can't exactly carry the PS4 everywhere with me. So this was a nice kick to the testicles. Yay!
Sounds good. We also have a very similar follow-up question from Dathy, who asks, is console cross progression coming?
Literally the same question. Except it includes PS4 and Xbone, I guess.
We have a question from The King, who asks, will boon totems be getting any changes? I can't read.
Sorry, words are hard, buddy. Yeah, boon totems and their general mechanics aren't going to see any sweeping changes anytime soon. They're generally working as intended. They don't show, any significant signs of being overpowered or a problem. Again, overall, that's set.
Fuck off. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're just wrong. You're just wrong. This is the big thing that everybody's talking about, so I'm not even going to waste any time on this. I agree with literally everybody. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. There you go. Hockey team.
Lower than that question comes from a lot of different people. Hidden Blade, Lexicat, Jimbo Mason, and Iana Bean. They all ask, are there any changes underway for Bloodweb to reduce the grind for perks?
Yeah, I mean, we've known that the grind is a big issue in DBD, and we know it is right now. It's not much fun. It's not much fun. It's a pretty big grind. We're working on a way to dramatically improve this, and we'll hopefully
get rid of tiers. Just get rid of tiers. That cuts the cost by a little below 66%.
From Astrian, who asks, can we please have perk tiers removed?
Good question. Straight up, we've got no plans to remove perk tiers. It is a
yeah, go fuck yourself.
Topic that we talk about internally. It's an idea that gets thrown around, but we have no plans to do it right now.
Yeah,
Why?
we have something else in mind, but not removing perk tiers.
Why?
Two quick things about perk tiers. Yes, it would cut the grind in 2/3, but the grind grows exponentially every time new content is added. Not only are we adding new perks to unlock, but we're also adding more characters to unlock those perks.
Okay, but if you don't get rid of them, the problem becomes worse. On the other hand, if you do get rid of them, then the problem will become as bad as it is now in the very far future. In the very far, you get rid of tiers, you affect all the perks now and the ones in the future. It's basic math. Go back to school. It's basic math, please.
On. So if we were to do so, it would only be a matter of time before that grind becomes a problem again. The second thing is that it's actually a lot more work to remove the perk tiers than just deleting them. And so if we're going to spend a bunch of time on a solution, we'd rather spend that time on a permanent solution.
What this can be a permanent solution. What are you talking about? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. If you do not bother taking the first step, you have already failed.
Not something that's only going to be effective for a little while.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next,
Yeah, fuck you. We're gonna keep putting in perks, and it's still gonna take forever. And you can go fuck yourself. I've played the game for half a year, and I'm only now getting all the perks that I can get on one character, on one survivor. Don't even get me started on the killers. Jesus Christ.
getting right back into things, we have a question from Annie here, who asks, "Do you plan to add a practice mode? A practice mode against bots to practice killer power?"
Okay, so this is one of the big things that I want to talk about that I feel a lot of people are not talking about.
Is this one for me or Pat? I don't think we marked it down.
Whoever
But
wants it.
I can take it.
You can do it, Justin. I believe in you.
So this is something that's actually frequently requested on our wish list as something that we're really looking at. Nothing currently planned, not off the table. Edge of the table? I don't know how you put it.
Yeah, in the periphery. Yeah.
All right. So although it sounds simple, it would be a pretty large amount of work to get this kind of thing working, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So
A character select
although
screen
we
is
do
that
have
hard.
bots in for the tutorial, obviously that's doesn't mean we can just throw them everywhere. There's a lot of things we need to consider. So bots
What does
require
that
frequent
mean?
updates whenever you add a new killer power or a new perk. They need to know how to use their powers properly. Survivor bots need to know how to respond to those properly. And same for
what are you
any perk. They need to know how this perk should react, how the AI should be using it properly. So again, it's not impossible, not something we've written off. There's some other priorities that we're working on, but this
You don't need to have the survivors know about perks. You can do a practice mode, and the survivors cannot use perks. The entire point of a practice mode is to get used to something, and all the survivors play the same. So this would benefit killer players. So therefore, we're not considering it. My idea is to have the tutorial that they have, the tutorial map that they have, where you play against bots, but they all you can even do it on the same map. That part doesn't matter. What matters is putting down a thing where you can select a killer. My idea for this is you can select any killer, because it's not easy to figure out how well a killer plays based solely on the description, and some of the difficulties aren't right. If you look on the Hillbilly's description, it says he's easy to play. He's not. He's fucking not. He's easy to figure out how to play, but actually playing him is an asshole. So being able to test something like, I don't know, Blight before you buy him would be great. Being able to test out, well, Blight's pretty much the hardest one that you don't start with, isn't he? I would like to test out the artist before I buy her because she seems like she would be fun to play, but I can't. I have to take a guess as to whether they would be decent, and I don't want to look at tier lists because tier lists will taint my expectations of them. This is the first third of what I wanted to talk about.
This is something that is not off the table, just the edge.
Yeah. You can imagine, like, if the bot doesn't know how to play against the pig, for example, you put a reverse bear trap on their head, and they just don't know how to take it off. So
that doesn't matter, though. That doesn't matter. If they don't know how to take it off, well, then they just die. Learning how to play the pig isn't hard. You have a charge you can practice, but other than that, how to play pig. Knock down person. Put on bear trap. Congratulations, you know how to play pig. Maybe a survivor would like to try playing against the pig? I don't fucking know.
you put a bear trap on them and they die. They'll never get out of it.
So what?
So it's something that we have to build to support every single killer, and that's a lot more work than it seems at a glance.
Why? Literally, you gave the worst possible thing. Pretty much everyone else, all you need to do is run away from and loop. And the AI survivors don't need to know how to loop. They're there for you to have something to practice on that isn't going to teabag you at the fucking exit gate because you don't know how to play the fucking killer.
Similar question, also about bots from Fantasy, who asks, when a survivor disconnects, can a bot replace them?
Yes, they can. That would be very nice to have. But this is the other 2/3 I want to talk about. Can you guess that this question pissed me off?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's one that's been asked to me personally, internally, many times. Our stance on this is that Dead by Daylight is inherently a multiplayer game.
Okay, that is true. That is a fact that you have stated.
And the human element of that is core to the experience.
That is also true. I can agree with that statement because it is a fact and not an opinion.
Bots are a great tool for teaching. They're great for practicing against.
Also, facts that you are stating.
But they will never compete on the same level as a real human being.
Of course, that again, this is not an opinion. A human player will unless they really get down and go into the nitty-gritty of it, which they're never going to do because work. Unless they get down and do the very nitty-gritty of doing all the little things that to make the bot able to outplay a human player every single time, bots will never be able to beat humans in this game. And they don't want to put in the effort to make the bots good, but that's fine. They don't need to.
So to that end, we have no plans to replace disconnected players with bots.
Why? 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 Because it takes effort?
Yeah. One of the things about bots is that they sound really great on paper.
Yes. And I bet in execution they would be pretty cool too.
But then that kind of turns when you're on the hook and they're just slowly sneaking towards you, and then they get caught and they start feeding into the killer's pop goes the weasel or pain resonance or something. Then it
You see, now this is where it's starting to become opinions.
becomes very frustrating very quickly. Question from
You're saying that bots are going to give me the Survivor Q experience, huh?
Teufal, who asks, will year 7...
So that's the answer to their question. They don't want to put in bots because it's a human experience and you want to experience with other people, and our bots will never be as good as a person, and you don't want to be on the hook as the bot is slowly crouch walking their way towards you. I get that all the fucking time already. That's not an excuse. That's not a fucking excuse. I get that all the fucking time already. I don't care. Here's the big thing about this. Here's the thing with using bots, okay? No matter how bad they are, you know what the alternative is?
Nothing! Absolutely nothing! Stupid! You're so stupid!
And you know what I would rather have between nothing and a shitty bot? I would rather have the shitty bot. Because even an absolute shit bot, here's what your bot needs to do. Dwight sees generator. Dwight fixes generator. Killer sees Dwight. Killer chases Dwight. Dwight sees killer. Run, Dwight, run. Player on hook. Dwight rescues player. That's all you need. That's all you fucking need. And even an absolute shit bot will still force the killer to actually deal with them properly. That means they chase after the bot. They down the bot. They bring the bot to a hook. Even if they exclusively focus down the bot and bring you down to 3 people, that's still 3 people that you have later. Right now, if someone disconnects, you have nothing. You have fucking nothing. Somebody gets knocked down within a minute, your mind's as... And they quit, you might as well just give up. Because unless the killer is really fucking stupid, then why? Why play the game? If you lose a person way too early, you're not gonna win. If a generator is not done yet, fuck it. And why? Why punish that? I play both sides, and anytime it happens as a killer, I feel fucking obligated to play it. I feel obligated to play as best as I can, but to make sure that the remaining people get out alive, because that fucking sucks. It fucking sucks to play the game, and suddenly you're down a person because, how inconvenient, I got caught. Or some other stupid thing. And a bot would alleviate it. It wouldn't completely fix it, but it would help. It would make things better than they are now. And they're not willing to do that. They're not willing to fix this obvious problem that, quite frankly, should have not been a thing by the time this game started being big. Get people to make bots. You know what you need to do? All you need to do is copy pasta the bots from the tutorial, and anytime someone leaves, okay, this bot will now take your place. They're not good bots. They're there to teach you how to play Trapper at the most basic level. That's what they're there for. And that's all you need. At the end of the day, with very few exceptions, if you run away from a killer, you're going to be less fucked than if you ran away from Trapper sometimes. Because if you get caught in a bear trap while you're in a chase, well, guess what? That chase is over. Most killers cannot just end a chase because you took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. It's dumb. It's really fucking dumb. And I don't understand why it's a thing. Well, that's really all there is to the Q&A, isn't there? Let's give a special. I'm turning into Spamton now. Let's give a special shout out to all the people who came on here for an hour and a half to say, no, that's not happening. Maybe in the future it's on the table, which all means it's not happening as far as I'm concerned, anyways. Until a more positive video later, I guess. I had this video all set and ready for YouTube, and it was uploading, but oh, they did something stupid again. So they're going out of their way to remove in-game Twitch shirts from people because how dare you hurt my feelings? So they're not willing to put in effort to put bots into the game so that if somebody leaves your game within 2 minutes on your team, you're fucked. They're not willing to fix that problem, but they are willing to go after people who personally hurt their feelings. Fuck off. For real this time. Later.